James Harden's magical first season in Brooklyn continues. Harden made his return to a place where he had played the last 8 seasons of his career in Houston as a Rocket. Harden kicked off this year in Houston as well, but as a lot of us know, Harden pouted, cried, demanded a trade out of Houston last offseason, finally got it to kick off this year. He actually started the season off pretty well, but Harden was finally traded from the Rockets to the Nets a couple months ago. Harden, in his return to Houston, he absolutely balled out against his former team that's now lost 13 games in a row. Harden had 29 points, 14 assists, and 10 boards. James is currently leading the league in assists at 11 a game. He's 14th in scoring at 25 points a game. He's giving you over 7 boards. Harden has been sensational. No Kevin Durant for most of the last couple weeks in Brooklyn as well. So Harden has been able to figure things out. The other day he had a game where he went for a triple-double and no turnovers. I can't tell you the last time I saw Harden play a basketball game and commit no turnovers. He's absolutely balling. Sensational. For me personally, I hadn't been a James Harden guy. Watching him had been cringeworthy. A lot of times I understand how gifted he is offensively, but I got to be real with y'all. The brother just wasn't appeasing for me to watch. When he was in Houston, too many bad shots, too many possessions where it was dribble, step back three. And it's like, dang, bro, we could have got a better shot than that. But you the bearded one, so we rolling with him, for good or for bad. Right now in Brooklyn, I'm enjoying watching Harden play basketball, but I saw something come up. Tim Fertitta, the owner of the Rockets, announced before Harden's return to Houston earlier on Tuesday that the Rockets planned on retiring James Harden's number 13 number, so no one else who plays in that Rocket uniform will rock the number 13. And as soon as I saw it, I said, no. Another mistake by that Houston organization who, looking back on it, probably believes they were too loyal to Harden. They're even still loyal to Harden today, and he no longer even plays for the team. Okay, look, let's break all this down. Is Harden playing unbelievable basketball? Yes, I just said that. Somehow, some way, this dude has found a way to creep in a lot of people's MVP conversation. Is he in mine? No, not yet, but I got to give the brother the credit he deserves. He's been great. Harden has been great. I love that Kyrie said, yo, Harden, you're the primary ball handler. You're the point guard of this team. I'm rocking with how you run this offense. And then that's been balling. Everybody been getting theirs. I know KD's been in and out of the lineup, but let's be clear. That team looks great. Looks like they're going to be the toughest out in the Eastern Conference. I'm admitting that. But if I'm the Rockets owner, Fertitta, would I make that announcement now? No, with the wound still open, the Rockets just lost their 13th game in a row, and it was courtesy of James Harden, who goes triple-double against his former team, a team that just a month or so ago, a couple months ago, Harden said, I don't want to play with you guys anymore. Y'all not good enough to get me where I needed to go. I don't want to be in Houston anymore. I've ran my course here. I'm done. And you're going to announce that you're going to retire his jersey. Now, am I saying never retire Harden's jersey number? It's not what I'm saying. Would I do it? Probably not. But I could understand 1 year down the line. I can understand the Rockets quietly not letting anyone get that number 13 number, right? And then 4 or 5 years down the line, after the wound is healed, let's say the Rockets become more successful again. They get a new guy, a new star on that team. If you want to announce, all right, we're going to retire James Harden number. By the way, nobody has worn the number 13 in quite some time, and no one will ever do that. I get it. But you make the announcement right before he comes back. This is such a bad look for that Rockets organization, that fan base. Could you imagine being in a relationship and your girl says, I don't want to be with you anymore. You're fat, you're old, you're ugly. Then she has the unmitigated gall, the audacity to pull up to your college reunion, your high school reunion, to your mama's crib with her new boo, and her new boo is popping. Old boy is like a lawyer. This dude's like a doctor on the side. He is popping. He's more attractive. They get along better. They feeding each other at the dinner table, and you just looking all fat and out of shape. That's what the Rockets look like to James Harden now, as he is enjoying himself, playing the most unselfish basketball, dare I say, in his career in Brooklyn as a net, you come to the table and say, yo, babe, I enjoy things so much when we're together. I'm going to let you have the car that we used to co-own. That's what the Rockets just did with Harden. I'm not telling you that now. No, I'm keeping the car for now, or I'm fighting you for the car. And then maybe down the line, when I get a new boo, when we do our thing, when I get back in that gym, I lose a couple pounds, then I will say, all right, sweetheart, you can have the car. I got me a new little Mercedes-Benz. I got a new little ting in the driveway anyway. But right now, I'm salty. I'm jealous. I don't want to do that right now. We didn't get married. We didn't complete our goals. If I'm the Rockets, Harden didn't take me to the promised land. As a matter of fact, more times than not in the postseason, James has let me down. You want to know what's crazy? I got to thinking, right? And people are going to call me a James Harden hater in the comment section. It's fine. I don't have a lot of great individual moments from Harden. I can remember some great games from James Harden where he went 50-point triple-doubles, when he knocked down like 10 threes in a game, right? Like, I can't remember some incredible games from the bearded one, but I could argue out of anybody in that top 10, Harden may have as least amount of memorable individual moments as anybody in that top 10 list for me right now. I mean, think about it, like Damian Lillard. The Portland Trail Blazers are going to probably retire his number. I mean, Dame's got into a Western Conference Finals. I know Harden got to the finals, but remember, that was as an Oklahoma City Thunder. The Rockets, the furthest they went is to the conference finals. And heck, when they got to the conference finals, they blew a 3-1 lead. And in one of those games, 1 year in the playoffs, Harden and the Rockets against the San Antonio Spurs, they lost by 40 on their home court. Harden ain't had memorable moments in the playoffs for sure. And I'm thinking to myself, dang, if the Blazers retire Dame's number, if he doesn't win a championship, but let's say he plays a couple more years in Portland, right? I could understand that one a little more than the Harden one because, and let's be clear, at their peak, Harden has obviously been an MVP. He's led the league in assists. I get it, right? But Dame has more moments. As a fan, 10, 15 years from now, what are you going to really remember from James Harden's era in Houston? I'm going to remember the good. He won an MVP. I'm going to remember that he one time led the league in assists. But I'm also going to remember a lot of games where he just dribble. When I think about Damian Lillard, I'm going to think to myself, yeah, Dame, he had some success. Did he ever get Portland over the hump? Probably not. But I'm going to remember all those game winners. I'm going to remember the one where he eliminated, ironically, the Houston Rockets a long time ago in the playoffs. I'm going to remember the one where he eliminated the Oklahoma City Thunder in the playoffs, that walk-off shot. I'm going to remember how clutch Dame was. I'm going to remember individual moments. I'm going to remember Steph Curry's individual moments. I think that's one of the reasons why you tell somebody, we don't want to we're retiring this guy's number. We're retiring this guy's number because it doesn't look right for anyone else to have that number when they're rocking that Rockets uniform. I could see someone down the line rocking that number 13. Will they be the scorer that James Harden is? Probably not. He's one of the best to ever do that. But will they be more impactful, more memorable? I think that's very well possible. As great as James Harden was in Houston, to me, he wasn't as memorable a player in that franchise's history. He damn sure wasn't Hakeem Olajuwon. I would argue guys like Tracy McGrady and Yao Ming meant more to that Rockets organization. And I say that respectfully to Harden. I'm not so sure Harden has the moments that will carry that Rockets legacy over time. That's just my personal opinion. If the Rockets planned on retiring Harden's number, I would have waited to make that announcement down the line after the wound heals a little bit. I'm not finna set this precedent in the league that you can demand a trade, you can complain your way off of a team, get what you want, and then a month later when I see you again, I tell you I'm over it when I know I'm lying. I'm on a 13-game losing streak right now. We're as awful as we've been without you. I'm not finna tell you, yo, I love you. I'm going to let you have the car right now. I'm not doing that today if I'm the Rockets. That's what they essentially did to James Harden as he continues to enjoy his new team, his new boo, which is the Brooklyn Nets. Catch full new episodes of FERRO's music-based platform every day only on YouTube at It's Mr.Taliaferro. You can also find clips, updates, giveaways, and more on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, also at it's Mr. Taliaferro. For all basketball fans, make sure you tune in to FERRO's daily highlights, reports, and commentary on YouTube at FERRO, and even more updates on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at FERRO as well.